Okay, in this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a file using Python script. In the previous video tutorial, we have seen that how to read a file using Python script. Now we are going to learn how to create a new file with the content using a Python script. So now it turns out that our open function that we are using to open a file to read mode needs another argument to open a file to write mode. So we use two functions that open to open the file, write function to write the content of the file into a file name. Then also we need the most important argument that is called W, that is to open a file in write mode. Used to open a file in write mode. In the previous tutorial, by default, the file is open in read mode. That is what, and instead of R, we use R to a default argument. It is used to read a file, open a file in read mode. So we use W to open a file in write mode. First, we have to create the content of the file. As a string text that to be write in the file. A Python is powerful, high-level, object-oriented programming. Now the time is to create a file object for the file fds.txt. Create a file object for the file fds.txt using the open function. With the W argument. And assign this object to temporary variable fds file. Now open the file with open function fds.txt in write mode. Then save the open object as a temporary file. Then the next is what? Write the content to the file, which means saving the content of the file to the file using write function by passing the variable we created in the above text as another parameter that contains the content of this. Now this is what a simple line of code, 2 lines of code to create a file using Python script. Now we are going to execute interpret this program, and you will see the output of this program. Before that, let's describe this code. First, I have created a string that contains the content of the file to be write to a file fds.txt. Then we passed the argument w to open the file in write mode instead of read mode. We open the file in write mode using this argument. Then save the object, that opened object, into a temporary file, fds file, as a fds file. Then we have been doing this code creates a new file in the same folder, in the same folder with the Python script. The same folder automatically create in the save directory. So if we specify the path here, the path of the file and the Python script will be in different folder. So it is important to note that now we can run this Python script, and we will see the result here. The result is not displayed in this case because we do not read the file, but we create a new file with the content. So it will store in the directory somewhere in computer system. Now I just created a file in home directory, so I just opened the file. That is what fds.txt. The scripting function code are located in the same directory. So I just opened this file in the notepad. Now we can see this. This is a Python. Python is a powerful high-level object-oriented programming language. This is what a file that created using this Python script. When I repeat this, let me check. So it is important to note that if there is already a file created in the same name, and it will completely erase or overwrite that file, and erasing whatever its content were before. So if let us copy this file and repeat. Now, the same script, but let's change the content. Python is an open source. Let me execute this program. Let me run this program, and let me see the output. Then the same file already exists, and let me create this. The previous file is overwritten, and the content of the previous file is also erased. So this is what it is difficult to recover the content of the previous file, already erased, already deleted. The file also replaced by the new created file that is overwrite the already existing file, and the content also removed. So how can we prevent this overwriting and how can we prevent overwriting file, or just how to prevent overwriting and erasing the content of the file. This is the question. So so maybe so this, in this case, is there any way to just add a line to a file without completely deleting? So this question is not their way to just add a line to a file without completely delete. This is the question, the most important question. We are going to answer for this question. So of course, yes, of course, there is a way to prevent this accidents. So instead of opening a file using the argument W in write mode, we use a argument to open a file in append mode. So if we have a file, we have already created a file, fps.txt. So we then open this file in the append mode instead of write mode. Now we have created a file, fps.txt. This is another txt. Now create a file object for the file fps using the open function with the a argument instead of, and assign this object to the temporary variable as fps any file, no problem. Then change this in a instead of what w. We change the argument to a, that is called what open the file in append mode. So now we can this text too. We can first run the previous code. Now run. Let us see the output of the previous code. This is the previous output, the Python powerful. Then we can run the second code. That then we can check the file is overwrite or appended to the new line. Look, in the previous tutorial, in the previous code, we just overwrite to the existing file and erase the content of the existing file. But now, when we change it, the write mode into append mode, now the content of the file is appended to the new lines of in the existing file. So that is what overwritten the existing file to the existing file. So we can prevent overwriting and erasing of the content from accidental erasing so using append mode. So this is what important notice that open for the file in append mode. So with argument instead of w argument. So whatever is passed to the and the file and of the file in a new line, if we run this script, so we as we have seen in the previous, so that it will be appended into the new file, to the already existing file. I mean, so this is how to create a file using Python script, and how to run, how to append a file to existing file. So this is all about today's lesson. In the next tutorial, we will learn how to create and read a JSON file using a Python script. So this is a simple way to create a file. So we don't need to write more code, more lines of code. It is a simple way. Simply, you can create a file using one or two lines of code. So thank you for watching. Please share the channels to your friends and others, and please ask questions to the Telegram on the Telegram channel, so I can answer for your question. Thank you.